everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ajua. In this video, it's all about pretty girl scent. My definition of pretty is quite simple. When I talk about pretty girl scent, I don't consider anything ooze, no spice, no gourmands. Gourmands can come across as a bit strong, and they don't necessarily come across as pretty girl scent to me. My definition of a pretty girl scent is anything that is like effortlessly chic, quite simple, not on the heavy side. They are not on the heavy side, but on the lighter side of things. It's like you just breathe an aura of freshness around people. That is my definition of a pretty girl scent, and I categorize them into so many groups depending on the age and how I feel about the fragrance. So let me just start quickly with one I consider a grown but pretty scent. It is more on the matured pretty. There's always like the matured version of a pretty girl, and that is going to be Lynn from Lattafa. I don't think I'll consider this one like a younger, for a younger crowd. This is more of a matured, sophisticated woman, but also pretty. It gives me like an aura of prettiness. It is not sexy. I'll not consider Lynn sexy or that confident, mysterious one. It's more about the pretty woman, but not a younger one, not a younger crowd. Maybe someone in her 30s, 40s, and upwards. It's more on the complex side of pretty things, but also more on the mature side. I don't see a younger person appreciating this, and this gives me a pretty woman vibe, but not a younger crowd. That is the vibe that Lynn gives me. So the first one is going to be from Lattafa, Lynn. The next one is going to be more on the younger side of pretty, in my opinion, and that is going to be Cotton Abia from Mamlakat Al Oud. Even from the bottle, you can see it is quite playful. The bottle is quite playful, and so is the fragrance. Although it is like quite pretty with the vanilla, and that's saffron-esque vibe of Baccarat Rouge, but it doesn't necessarily remind me of Baccarat Rouge, but it's got that saffron sugary quality of Baccarat Rouge coupled with the plum that is not overwhelming. I don't consider like fruity scents necessarily like pretty as well. Pretty to me is like a combination of a lot of things, but nothing really stands out. Just like a lot of designer fragrances, sometimes they're just like pretty for the sake of being pretty. You're not going to get anything like necessarily standing out. And for me, one of the best designer fragrances I can consider pretty is Flower Bomb, the OG. That is a very pretty scent. But back to Mamlakat Al Oud, Cotton Abiyat, a very simple, more on the younger side of pretty. It is not the most matured pretty vibe. I love this. It is quite simple, it's quite cozy, it gives you that warmth. It is pretty, it is effortless, it is chic, and I say just check this one out. Mamlakat Al Oud. I don't see the comparison between this and the Wedding Silk Santal or Cloud or Baccarat Rouge. Not at all. It doesn't give me that at all. It is like a complete fragrance on its own, but nothing super special as well, but it gives me that younger pretty girl or pretty woman vibes. The next one I have is also going to be more on the grown pretty woman side. I consider this one, or I see a woman who is like accomplished. Maybe she's married, maybe she's not, maybe she has kids, she has a career, but she still finds time to put herself together. She still finds time to put herself together in the midst of all the chaos, and that is going to be Cleopatra from Hamidi. This is going to be your more on the mature side of things, although to me a younger crowd can wear this or appreciate this, but Cleopatra and even Creed fragrances sometimes comes across as a little more on the mature side, and so is Cleopatra. It's going to give you that put together woman, like a busy woman, that woman you meet at the office, the boss, the supervisor, the more matured person, but she maybe has some children and is busy, but she finds time to put herself together in a very sophisticated yet elegant matured way, and that is the sense that Cleopatra gives me. So that is going to be on the more grown, or older sort of, pretty side. The next one I have here is going to be one that I consider, a lot of people consider gourmands, including myself, but it's not going to be your foodie gourmand. And I think this is very pretty Egba from the house Rasasi. It is going to be your caramel, your apple, your vanilla, but it's more on the pretty side of things. It is gourmand, but not like, shouting in your face. And when it comes to vanillas, everybody knows a lot of people love vanilla scents. A lot of men, women, young crowd, older crowd appreciates vanilla scent on women especially. And Egba is going to give you that effortless, beautiful, straight up vanilla, but not like in your face, splash vanilla. It is effortless. It is gourmand, but not like your piercing, annoying gourmand, that is going to put a lot of people off. So Egba, I'll consider more on the pretty side of things. I don't see it as matured, or overly matured or overly juvenile. I think it is a perfect balance between old and young, and being pretty in general. So for the sake of being pretty, I'll consider Egba from the house Rasasi. Another one I'll consider pretty effortless is going to be Bayan Ashra from the house Paris Corner. It's been a while I featured this in anything. It is beautiful. It's not like 100% guidance, but it's close enough for you to appreciate. But let's say on the lighter side of things. But even this after maturation, I think it is like a year-round, fragrance. It is just pretty. The hazelnut, the praline, the rose, it's ultra feminine, very feminine, in my opinion, especially when it comes to this one. Although people say it is unisex, I think there's a very feminine, quality about this. It is beautiful. It doesn't come across as gourmand. It doesn't come across as ultra floral, or sweet or anything. It's like a complex, unique combination, and it just comes across as giving you that air of prettiness. It is pretty, maybe on the little bit of mature side, on the little bit of mature side. Not a lot of younger crowd are going to enjoy or appreciate the scent profile of this, but this is amazing. Bayan Ashra is one of the the fragrances that I was looking forward to, like a dupe, and I'm so glad it came in this form, although it is not 100%. I appreciate this for what it is. It is not going to be your mysterious, I think Guidance has a dark twist to it. I just feel Guidance is more on the dark side because of the heaviness of the rose, the pear, the hazel. There's something that is quite heavy, and I don't consider Guidance like pretty. I consider Guidance on the sexy side, whereas I consider Bayan Ashra on the more pretty side. That is mine. That is how I feel about those two fragrances, but Bayan Ashra is a very pretty scent, and I think I would highly recommend it. The next one I have here is going to be an ultra feminine woman, that sort of woman who is like, I need a husband, I need a man. There are some women who as soon as you meet them, like she's being taken care of by a man, the aura around her, not necessarily she needs a man. I feel like she's being well taken care by a man, and that is the vibes that Infinite Rose from Alhambra gives me. Very ultra feminine with the roses, the bergamot, the sweetness, the powderiness, the vanilla. It is ultra feminine. It's like I'm soft and pink, and I'm being well taken care of by my man, as people will say. I love the scent, It is pretty. That powderiness that it has makes it ultra, feminine to me. It doesn't come across as, grown woman pretty to me. I think this one is like a universal sort of prettiness. It could be younger, it could be older, and I think this one is good. It's just simply good, and it's just pretty smelling. Like a man is taking care of this woman, financially, sexually, emotionally, providing everything that she needs. Sometimes you can tell by the way people look that someone is taking care of them in every aspect of their life, and Infinite Rose is one of those fragrances that gives me that vibe. The next one I'm going to talk about is going to be Rina from the house Alhambra. Rina is also quite close to, in terms of how I perceive it, is quite close to not a scent, but the feeling it gives me to Infinite Rose, like an ultra feminine woman being well taken care of by someone, whether a spouse, there's someone taking care of this person in all aspects. She's mentally stable, she's sexually satisfied, she's financially, well off, she's okay, she's good, you can see that aura of freshness around her. She's just beautiful, exudes femininity. It's just pretty. And that is the case of Rina. The next one I have is going to be La Venture Femme from the house Al Haramain. La Venture Femme is an ultra, feminine scent, although to me it is quite woody and on the more unisex, side, but I still get that, feminine side to La Venture Femme with the pineapple, the citruses, the musk, the powderiness, like that, clean boss in the office. She exudes her confidence. She's like confident in what she's doing. She gives you instruction. You're supposed to do that ASAP. She says something once, you're supposed to do it. And if she finds that you've not done it, it is the end of you in that office. That is the vibe, La Venture Femme gives me. It is feminine, but there's power behind that femininity, and it's just pretty. And the next one I have is going to be the Kingdom Hair from Lattafa. I just have a decant of the Kingdom Hair, and it's a very pretty scent. It is going to be that your pear, I think praline, vanilla, beautiful. I don't know, like maybe I should get a full bottle of this. I think the Kingdom Hair is one of those fragrances that Lattafa released quietly, didn't make any buzz around it, but it's one of those that deserve to have had some buzz around them, because it beats a lot of the ones that are on the more expensive side of things, in my opinion. This is like effortlessly chic. It is pretty. It gives me an aura of innocence, like wedding, pretty, virgin, church sort of vibes in a way. There's an innocence and sophistication about this that I also feel the same way about. The next one I'm going to talk about, which is going to be the Wedding Silk Santal. I put this and the Wedding Silk Santal in almost the same category because they give me almost an identical experience or feel. I like how, effortless and chic and simple and ultra feminine, but also pretty. They just feel like pretty. Like, how else can you describe them? They are not sexy, they are not, they're not even beautiful. To me, there's a difference between beautiful and pretty. And I think Silk Santal and the Kingdom Hair, I guess, pretty and effortless and chic and ultra feminine, yeah. And I think those are the fragrances. No, those are not all the fragrances. The last one here is going to be one of my favorite fragrances of all time from Arabian Oud, Madawi, the gold or the 40th anniversary edition. That is like ultra pretty scents, but it's more of the ones that have like a lot more of character, but also not on the complex side of things. It is fruity, it is vanillic, but it doesn't give you that juvenile fruity scent at all. It's all about the pineapple blossom and some other notes that I have forgotten here. But the experience of Madawi Gold is like a very confident, pretty woman. It's about a woman, not a girl. Madawi Gold gives me a woman vibes, but very pretty and like a wealthy, rich woman vibes. That is what Madawi Gold gives me. It gives me pretty but wealthy, vibes, not like I'm broken, struggling. It doesn't give me that at all. I think Madawi is more on them. I am wealthy, I am, well put together. I'm pretty, I'm effortless, even if I'm not physically pretty, the fragrance makes me, or my aura and my wealth and my everything about me makes me pretty. That is a vibe that Madawi, Gold, the 40th anniversary edition gives me. Yeah, so that is all I have about pretty fragrances today. It just depends on the mood, on the flow. But for me, I consider all these pretty, not necessarily sexy, beautiful, cute. Cute is like young. I use cute for like kids. I don't like anyone to use cute on me. If I put in the effort and dress up and I meet someone and go like, oh, you look cute, I'll be a little disappointed. I just want a little more than cute, because I think I'm just grown beyond cute. I don't know, that is my thinking. And that is going to be it for it today, and I hope this video found you well. Please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I hope to see you in my next one. Take care. Bye bye.